Hi guys, so I'm Mandy Ruffin. I'm going to show you how to use Google Classroom to get your Microsoft Teams meetings and your content over to your students while you're working remotely or teaching in a distance learning model. This can be used synchronously or asynchronously depending on the type of content that you want to get to your students. So to get started, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to get a Teams meeting link sent to Google Classroom. So I'm going to share my screen and share my whole desktop with you. Open up Teams, and I'm going to go to my calendar. In my calendar, move that out of the way. I'm going to go to New Meeting. And now I have a screen similar to the one you would see in Outlook. I'm going to create a demo meeting. I recommend naming your meeting something fairly specific so that your students know exactly which one they're joining, what subject, what teacher, that kind of thing. For required attendees, you do have to have at least one required attendee in order for it to generate a link. And so to do that, you can either add one of your students, so I can add my TNC student, or you can add a test student, you can add a co-teacher, an IA, a principal, whatever fits your setting best, but you have to add at least one person or put it in a channel in order for it to generate a meeting link. Now, speaking of channels, if you would like your meetings to pull those additional safety features that come with Microsoft Teams meetings with students, you'll need to add this to a Teams that is set for a class. And so what I mean by that is when you create a team, you can create a staff team, a PLC team, or a class team. And the class team tells Microsoft that, hey, this is going to have students in it, pull those additional security features. So if you want those security features, you're going to need to make sure that you pick a class. It doesn't have to be a particular channel since you're using Google Classroom, but if you put it in a class team, it will pull those additional security features. So that's a note there. Teams is pretty secure, so it's not something that's super crucial. No one is going to accidentally see your students. The kinds of security features that this implements is your students won't be able to join without you. The chat feature is disabled until an educator is present, those kinds of features. So once you have that, you're going to hit send. When I send it, you'll see right here that it's adding to my calendar. Once it is finished adding to my calendar, I'll be able to click it. And so to get the link, I'm actually going to click into the meeting I just created. It's going to take me back to that same screen, but you'll notice at the bottom, it does give me the Join Microsoft Teams meeting link. So I'm going to right-click. One of my options is copy link. And so just to do that again, I have my link. I'm going to right-click. I'm going to copy the link. Now I have the link copied. So now I'm ready to post it in my Google Classroom. So I'm going to open up Google Classroom. I'm going to go to my classwork. And I like to create an assignment, but there's lots of ways you could do it. You could create a Google event on your class calendar if you wanted to, if your students know how to check that calendar. But I like to just create an assignment. So you're going to go to Create Assignment. And I'm going to call it Demo Meeting with Microsoft Teams. You can put instructions if you'd like to, like have your red folder ready with a pencil or something like that, whatever you would like. And then you're going to come down to this Add button with the paperclip. When you click that, you see one of the options is a link. And I just copied the link for my Teams meeting. So I'm going to click Link, and I'm going to paste my link right there. When I click Add Link, you'll see that it recognizes it as a Teams meeting, and it's ready for them to join the conversation. Depending on how you organize your Google Classroom, you may want to put it in a topic. You may want to put it in a particular topic by subject. Maybe you organize by days. I have another video on ways to organize Google Classrooms. I encourage you to check out if you're not real familiar. You can do a due date if you'd like, but you don't have to. If you're using Google Classroom as your learning management system, you could, if you plan on giving them an assignment during your meeting, you could make there be a due date and the students would have to go ahead and submit their assignment, and it can all be right here, all in one place, which is really convenient if you're using it in that way. Once we have all of that finished, I'm just going to click assign. You can schedule an assignment if you would like to have it assigned later, but I'm going to go ahead and click assign. And now we see that my demo meeting with Microsoft Teams is right here, and all my student has to do is click this assignment, and it brings me to the join team, or the join screen, sorry. So that's one way that you can use Google Classroom to push assignments, content, meetings, that kind of thing, all right here, keep it all in one place. So like I said in other videos, there's no, one way you have to do this for distance learning. There's lots of options. I'm going to do my best to show you as many ways as I can think of. And this is just one of those tools for your tool belt. So I hope that it has been helpful and that you feel a little bit better about one of the ways to get content to your students.